to Love and Hips TV. We are back, y'all.
We are back. Hi.
All of us.
Yes.
Are in here today. So we are so glad to be back with you all. Welcome back to the show. And we have so much to cover on this show, okay? So we are going to be talking, and we definitely want you all to chime in. We have our great guest here today. We are going to be talking all things women, all things politics, and we are just going to get done with Miss Valencia Stovall, former House of Representative for Georgia, and she is running for U.S. Congress for Georgia.
That's
so
right.
We are looking forward to talking to her.
Go.
And she's gonna school us.
Yes.
And we're gonna get some good learning today.
I'm about to be on her campaign. I'm about to be our new campaign manager.
Oh Lord!
I'm a campaign manager. I'm just
Oh
playing.
my God! Look, everybody that come to the studio, she gonna
Right.
I will work like that's how you supposed to do it.
Right.
I'm gonna stick my finger some way.
Go get her
I'm a plug. I'm a plug, baby. Absolutely.
So
Kim gotta get her toes wet and every little
we have been some busy bees. I don't know what it is. I guess maybe it's hot girl summer's coming.
It sure is toy for you.
So we are making some things happen around here and out here in the ATL and abroad. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we are so glad to be able to talk about it and get the show started with y'all today.
Let's get it started. In my MC Hammer mode. All right, so let's talk about what have we all been up to. Are we gonna start with me this time?
Yes, we are.
I am so sick of everybody.
Yes, we are. And
Like-
you look really beautiful today, Kim.
I feel it.
I
I feel
haven't seen you in a
really.
little while. You know, I've missed 2 shows.
I am.
know.
When I tell you God is good, I'm very happy in the space that I am in
Good.
my life right now. So yeah, I'm very glowing. And then I took a good 4-hour nap before I got here.
Yes.
So I'm well rested.
There we go. I
ready
can
to go.
tell. Your energy's all
I'm
the way
going
on.
to, yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to East Spondivics after I leave, so I'm just letting y'all know. That's where I'm going.
Lord.
But anyway,
Don't y'all
With
all
me.
come running to Spondivic.
yes, y'all come if y'all make sure y'all paying this tab. Y'all come.
I know that's right.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So, what have I been up to? Well, of course, you know, we celebrated Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I enjoyed it. So I will talk about my Mother's Day more around KP around the house. But I enjoyed it, spending time with my family and my kids. My boys are the best. They are my greatest asset, my greatest joy. Of course, I still been doing my schoolwork, so I'm still on the dean's list. Yay!
Yay, good job, Kim.
Yes, it's my midterm, so before I came also, I had to write a paper. So I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, writing papers, make sure everything was done, because I got to turn it in tonight. But it's done. So balancing school life, work life. I've also had a chance to, you know, I am working with other companies as well as, you know, Love and Hips with my girls. But I've also had a chance to network with another company. What is that? Oh my God.
Media
Girls
Girls?
TV. I say Med Fast. Media Girls TV. And yes, we was at Gold's Plastic Surgery yesterday, and I meant to tell y'all. Let me tell you.
Oh, you got
So they're doing a casting of people who want to bodyfy or beautify their body. And
Okay.
when I tell you the line was out the door, and if I would have known it, y'all, I probably would have signed all 3 of us up.
Yeah.
But I did not know about it at the time.
Don't sign me up.
You
You know I'm
don't
scared.
want no surgery?
No, I sure don't.
Oh, wait,
I don't
wait.
even know how I had a baby.
Look,
Don't
me,
sign me
okay,
up
well,
for
Toy,
nothing.
me ain't gonna
I'll
sign.
take
Yeah,
her,
go
I'll
ahead.
take her surgery.
Go ahead, yeah, take it
Whatever
out,
you
please.
try to get, I'll
Listen,
take
let me
it.
tell y'all,
done.
it was women and men
Oh.
in line that was
Okay.
wanted to, you know, bodify themselves, and it was interviewed by Duchess. You know, Duchess used to go with
Yeah.
Caesar, Black Caesar. So it was Duchess and her whole media crew, and they were just interviewing them. And then after that, we had a nice after party with Miss Shanika. Well, Young Jock didn't come. Shawty was at 94.5 to be whatever radio station. So just networking with them, and you know, it's just the best thing about, like you said, I always plug myself. I do. That's the best way for you to build relationships in this industry. You build relationships, you grow.
Absolutely.
You know, you find yourself. I find myself now going towards, you know, I'm in music and all that. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, Lord, but if that's where you want me to go, Lord, I'm gonna go. So, you know, networking and growing, and yeah, hey, and then, you know, my son, like I said, he signed to Kansas State up in Kansas, so we're going to Kansas. We're gonna do a school viewing. We're gonna meet the coaches. We're gonna speak with his counselors. We're gonna, you know, walk around and let him view it and look at the dorms and I want him to get a feel of it because, you know, a lot of these kids are signed into these schools and don't really understand what they're signing to. They just want to sign because, hey, I got an athletic scholarship. I'm finna take it. So I want him to go up there. I want him to see what he's getting into and understand the dynamics. Like, mommy's not gonna be there, so I need you. It's time for you. You're finna be a man. So it's time for you to stand on your own. So I've been getting him some stuff together from Walmart, air fryers, and, you know, just trying to help him do a little thing to cook.
You are a super mom.
I am.
You are a super,
I am.
You're a super mom and you're a
because
super
I
woman.
want to be prepared because I'm that mom. I've been so hands on with him.
Yeah.
So now that he's gonna be so far away from me, and if he come in, mommy can't run. You know.
Yeah.
So I want him to be prepared at least. You know, enough to.
So you're in transitional stage right now. I know you're transitioning.
I'm telling you now, I'm gonna panic. So y'all gonna have
Don't
to.
panic.
Y'all gonna pray for me. Y'all gonna have to pray for me.
All right.
Because if he ever calls me, I already told him he calls me one time, I'm out. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm gone. Telling my boss I gotta go. But I pray. You know, I know God got him covered. All is well.
Yes.
He's a great child. So I'm definitely blessed to be on this journey with him. So
yes, ma'am.
That's all I've been up to. What about you?
Toy. No, it's toy.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
time.
Y'all two debating.
It's toy.
Let's talk about you, Toy. What you got going on?
Well, Toy has been working on self.
Yes, you sure have.
I have really been focused on getting myself together. I like to say from the inside out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
I feel like whatever is going on the inside, whether it's mental or whatever, you have to clarify and get that all together first in your mind. So once I got it together and I've gotten my focus, so I have been on a weight loss journey. I haven't really been talking about it a lot because I have talked about it in the past and I fell off. But I'm super focused, and I'm glad to say that I am 20 pounds down. In the past
yes,
40,
Toy. Yes.
In the past 30, 40
Good job.
days.
Yes.
So thank God for that. So that's been what I've been doing, and been doing a lot of working. Nursing is my life, so I've been doing a lot of that. Started back on some projects and stuff that I'm working on my house, my home office. I'm back working on that again.
Okay, good.
And my bedroom, because that was my last project. It's my boudoir.
We'll have some photo shoots up in there, Toy.
Girl, it's gonna be beautiful when I get that done. With all of that being what I've been having going on, of course, y'all know me. I always got to go take a little getaway. So I felt like I needed a break. So
always.
the past few days over this weekend, I went to Tampa, Florida. So there
Look
I go.
at her. Yes, ma'am.
Lord,
Okay. You got a
have
stomach
mercy.
show and
Look,
everything.
I got a little
Yes.
talk now about a pool, girl. When I tell y'all it was the most beautiful view. Look.
Hello, sunshine.
Yes.
I can't even see you. Look
Whole
at you.
face covered up. The other one, I had my tatas down a little bit.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
And that's me and my family. I got to see some of my family while I was there. My cousin Brian right there. I swear you all, we have not been out together since we were both in our 20s. We are both in our 40s now.
Oh my
So it
goodness.
was just so good to be out and just to see my family. And just it was a vacation for myself. I didn't take anybody with me. I didn't have anybody to try to tag along. I usually do.
You know what? Oh, Jesus.
I bet
So
you
none
do.
of that this time.
It was an all about toys
It
trip.
was. I
That's
drove.
right.
I cleared my mind on this.
One thing I know about Toy, she's ready to hop in a car and go somewhere.
I'm not mad at her. I need to do that.
No.
I need to. My life
And
is
you
so
know,
busy.
So
All right.
Yes, Toy.
Is that out of
yes.
the office?
So
What is that?
That is instead of doing the on the beat with Toy Cherie, we're just gonna go into talking about another thing that I did last weekend was Derby weekend. And you can take the girl out of Kentucky, but you can't take the Kentucky out of the girl.
Okay.
So I got to go to the Derby celebration here in Atlanta. It was in Alpharetta at the Avalon.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, people was everywhere, and it was so diverse, you all.
Oh,
I
look
took
at
pictures
nice.
and
Look
I
at that
networked.
hat.
I talked about Love and Hips. Her whole ensemble was gorgeous.
Yes.
But see, I mean, we were just
Look at
loving
you.
on each other,
Yes.
and it was just amazing. We danced, we drank, we had a good time.
I want
Some of them
a
had
hat.
way too many mint juleps. Okay, I mean, they were really stumbling around. Some of them, I was like, "Oh, you gonna be all right." But the hats were fabulous. I had a great time. It was a good networking for me. I got to talk about Love and Hips, and everybody was interested in the show, and man, it was just a good look.
Look at you, cheese.
Yes, Toy. That's awesome.
Look, I
Okay, you have to get these guys.
To me, it was just the epitome of diversity.
Yes.
And they were all standing there just having a conversation. And I said, you know what, guys? I said, I have to get this photo. So they let me take it.
That's nice.
So, yeah, it was good. It was really a good event. So that that's what Toy's been up to, really.
We need to go to Kentucky, the Derby.
We're gonna go.
Like, how about let's go next year?
Yeah.
Like,
and
seriously.
now we got time to.
In the 3 years they would
I
have
am
to get to
out
this story.
celebrating the day.
For some,
Georgia
everything is
style. I
expected.
am in Alpharetta at the Avalon. It is so many people out here. You are. We are about to watch the best 2 minutes of sports ever. Watch these horses do what they do. I am so excited. I got my picks, and I'm hoping one of them comes through. I got 3 of them. 3. So I'm hoping one of them run on through there for me so I can win me a little bit of change. But I'm gonna turn the camera around because there's a lot of people out here.
All right.
So you're a total diva. You look so cute.
Okay.
I love it.
Got her little hat on.
So much fun. My little headset out of the office, honey. And that's how
I need one of them,
back
honey.
to the bed. I bought that thing, I swear, a couple years ago at DSW, and I had never really worn sports.
Yeah, now I got hats like that. I have the little hats, but I want one that says
I
out the
know,
office.
and then my friend, she was like, "Where you getting all these hats?" Because my other Hello Sunshine
Yes,
girl,
I love
all
hats.
of them that
I love
say
hats.
stuff on.
Yes.
I know you do.
I love hats.
I know you do.
I
don't
tried
have
to
a
put one on
single
today,
hat.
but
so
I
you
didn't.
gonna have the baddest one for the Derby next year,
Hey, you
right?
know, I'm ready.
I need some time. I need this time to plan because I don't
Yes.
have a single
Yeah,
hat.
so it takes like a year of planning to do the Derby.
Okay, well, we
so
should start
can
We
go
going.
ahead and get it done and get our hotels and all of that.
We going.
All right.
Lock us in.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Anna?
Let's go.
Okay. Well, I haven't been here a couple shows or whatever. I know you guys miss me so much, but I'm back. So look at Kim.
I ain't got nothing to say.
But I really enjoyed my Mother's Day weekend, of course. I thought I was gonna relax, but that just doesn't happen for me, because I have an aunt that is like my mother. So I had to, get up and do something for her. So I made a huge spread. I'm from Ukraine, so our spreads are like for weddings, and it's only like 4 people at the table. So I was really busy cooking, and it was really, really fun for Mother's Day. So that's that. Now, the bigger news is that this is like my big announcement that I'm
She getting
that I'm
married.
doing. No, I'm not. No, you guys know that I've been. You guys know that I've been in the field for special needs kids and adults and everything like that. So, and I've been doing that for 16 years. And currently, I'm with one of my girls. I love her to death. Gray, shout out to Gray. But I will be leaving my position in 2 weeks. Yes. So May 27th is gonna be my last day, and I'm gonna be moving on to something else. I've already, I already have a job set up, so I'll be starting the following, week. Yes, but it's something. Yes, it's a
16
definitely,
years.
definitely a new opportunity, a new career change because I need to feel like I'm growing and moving, and 16 years, and I have my own kid now, so I'm just kind of like ready to move on to something else,
Yeah.
And so speaking of my kid that I have, also been working on a couple of things for him as well. So we have officially been signed to an agency.
Yes!
That's my baby.
Adorable.
Yes, I am so excited for him. So
Look how he
that's
looking.
yeah.
He like, what is going on?
That's my baby. So we are official, and
Girl, he
we're ready to
is
work, and we're ready to go
adorable.
to Hollywood, and definitely explore all those possibilities.
Is
So
adorable.
I'm so proud of him. He did a really great job.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm not gonna expose the agency just yet because we're
Yeah.
still in the works.
Well,
Yeah.
They say welcome to the family.
Exactly, right. So we definitely got our Georgia permit. So anybody who's looking for little kids, that's my baby right there.
Yes.
And then we're going to California next. So we're working on that. So that's just my big news.
And I'm so proud of you. And when I tell you, she gets me all the time because I'm very private and secret. When I do stuff, I don't let everybody know until I do it.
Moves inside.
I know.
So
That's
she's
not
the-
me.
Yeah,
That's not me.
Yeah, she
I
wants
just-
to tell everybody.
I do.
But this one, she held from me. She
I
did.
think we all kind of move in silence.
I
We
know.
do.
Yeah.
And then we'll, expose it. But I have so many people tell us that tell me that we are an inspiration to them.
Mhm.
So, it's just good to have my sisters. We out here doing great things.
That's right.
In our families and outside. So
That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely.
It is time for us to talk to our guests. We are excited. But first, Anna, go ahead and tell them what the hot topic is going to be for today, and then
Okay.
we'll get into that.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go over that.
Let's go over that.
Hot topic is, do you believe in exchanging house keys with your significant other when in a committed relationship?
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Already answered.
I'm already answered the
So we
question.
are gonna
No.
And then you just have the whole side, like, oh, no.
We're
No.
going to get into Anna's hot topic. Our hot topic
Yeah. Yeah.
towards the end of the show.
Yes, we will.
But right now, we are about to welcome our guest to the show.
Yes.
Former House of Representative for Georgia, and now running for Congress, U.S. Congress for the state of Georgia, Miss Valencia Stovall.
I need my bell. Can we get a horn? Woo! Yes, welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I had to ask everyone's name so I can remember it. The faces, whether it's Anna, Toy, and Kimber.
Yes.
Yes.
And I try to tag you a lot on social media. Whenever I post something, I try to tag you just to let you know, hey, it's me. So, yeah, I do.
Thank you all so very much for having me this evening. And I just been sitting here in awe, looking at some beautiful women that are doing some beautiful things, especially being able to share it to your audience as an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now you're our inspiration, so
Yes,
this is about you today. We're gonna talk about you today, so we're gonna dive on in because I got questions.
Okay.
I definitely did my homework. So I want to take it back. I want to just ask you a question. I know sometimes things happen in your life to make you, decide the career or path that you want to choose in life. So what happened, or at what point in the game did you know that you wanted to go into politics?
Okay. So it wasn't something that happened automatically. It was more of an inspiration from my dad, Valencia Stovall. He's 81 years old. He's claiming 82 because his birthday is next month.
Okay.
And so he's always been involved in politics ever since myself and my two sisters that I can remember. And he's helped from everyone from Mayor Maynard Jackson, the late mayor of Atlanta, who's the first African-American elected for the city of Atlanta, and also for any southern city during that particular time. And he served as his community liaison. That was the point person for any issues that were going on in the community. They always, came to my dad. So us following him around, and just about every elected mayor after that, except for a couple, so local city council people, state representatives, senators, governor's race, lieutenant governor's race. So we would always follow him around, putting out campaign flyers, coming up with theme songs to match up with them. Right. So never thought, then that I would be running, for office. And even when I decided to run in 2012, the lady who had the previous position decided to run for something else. And I remember my dad saying, and he had helped her throughout her campaign and as well. And he said, okay, I think you should run. And I was like, no. I said, my mouth won't get me in trouble.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. He said, you're not doing anything. And I was like, yes, I am. He said, no, I mean, you're not doing anything that I think that you should not take, go after the position. He said, let's just try it to see what happens.
So that's how,
I end up getting into politics.
Okay.
So are you from Atlanta originally?
Yeah, born and raised here in Atlanta, southeast Atlanta. My parents were born and raised in Atlanta, and usually everyone that's born in Atlanta usually say they were Grady babies, which I was not. I was Hugh Spalding.
Oh yeah.
But that was a hospital right next to Grady.
Yeah.
So you just might as well say you were Grady baby.
No, you're not a Grady baby.
Yeah.
You Hugh Spalding.
So being from here,
That's right.
We know that you have strong viewpoints about how you feel about your home state. So what are some of the main things you feel like we need to work on to improve Georgia?
Well, I think overall Georgia is a very welcoming state, and that's what I hear a lot from people who are not originally from here. And I used to always ask them, what brought you to Georgia? Especially they from a state that, you don't hear a lot about. And they said, the weather, but I don't know about that now because it's
right.
real hot.
Right.
You just don't never know about what's going to be predicting with the weather. But those things that are good about Georgia and those things that I would say we probably need to improve on, I would definitely say dealing with our workforce development with that and better health care opportunities, and definitely more youth programs for our young people.
And speaking of youth programs, you passed a law about helping, of course, mothers with single, special needs kids, and single parents, myself. So I, just tell me more about that, because the reason why I say that, because me being a single parent mom, and of course, an entrepreneur as well. So I've learned a lot of my funding for my business. Small business has been out of my pocket, because you try to get certain help from a lot of these companies or agencies or grants that they say, hey, we can help you, but 9 times out of 10 they don't help you. But it's crazy how they help the people that don't have the businesses, but the people that actually do have the business, they don't help. So I just tell me more about that law that you passed.
So in it was passed and signed in 2016. But the parent approached me in 2014, so it took almost 2 years to get the bill passed. And it's always a long process. Even sometimes when you think bills are not controversial, by the time you get talking about it, somebody will find something that's controversial about it. And so this particular bill was called the Landon-Dunson Act, and it's House Bill 614. And what it does, it allows video cameras to be placed in the classrooms of special needs students who are in self-contained classrooms. And so those who might not know the terminology, is usually those students that end up having in their IEP or individual education plan that they have to be in a smaller classroom setting. And what happens usually, those are students that are using nonverbal. And you have some that can talk, and then those who can't talk. And what happened, this particular parent, who was Lala Dunson, she had an incident that happened with her son where he ended up having a scratch on his face. And she said it didn't come from home, it had to come from school. And so when she approached the school, she couldn't get any answers about what happened to her son. And he's autistic and nonverbal, so he could not explain it. And even for me, I had a son that had a attention deficit disorder and learning disorder. And I just could remember back when he was in school trying to tell me something that happened one day. His timing was always off. If he said it happened yesterday, it probably happened 2 or 3 days before that. And so just looking at parents like her who are very concerned, they're always stressed out when they're going to work because they never know what's going on with their children. So she asked me to introduce the bill. And so with that, whenever you introduce the bill, you have to always find some other support groups to support you on the bill. And this was my first bill that I introduced. And so we were able to get some good support for it, and it was bipartisan, which is always good because you have to work with, both parties. And this issue on education to me, is nonpartisan. It's about the children and about the families. And so we were able to get the bill passed on the House side, and then on the Senate side. What happened, we had another parent who has a special needs student, and she lives in Augusta, Jessica, shout out to Jessica, and Ron was another parent. But Jessica's state senator was having to be a chair of a committee. And so we had her to contact him and ask him would he sponsor the bill on the Senate side. And he agreed to it, and so that's how we were able to get the bill moved through. And a lot of times I tell people when you're talking with your legislators, you have to find something that you can find that's going to connect you with them.
Absolutely.
And so even if I had a one to ask, he might not have moved as fast, but that was his constituent. So as she continued to talk to him, and then we had some help with a good lobbyist, Kenyette Barnes, who helped us out on that bill. So that was that particular bill, and it was signed into law by Governor Deal in 2018, May 2016. And my next bill was designated March the 21st as Single Parents Day in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
March 21st?
March 21st.
Let me write that down. March 21st. We need to, yes, I'm going to make sure I remember that. National Single Parents Day. Ooh.
Yes.
So now,
Yes.
I'm going to stop you right there for a second.
Okay.
And so, when elected, I'm saying when elected.
Yes.
Right. We're going to manifest that.
When elected to Congress, what is the next major thing that you really want to work on and you want to focus on?
Well, as a state representative, one of my main focus was always education. So I served on the Education Committee, I served on the Education Appropriations Committee, and I was one of a few Democrats that had a leadership position at the state capitol as a vice chair of a subcommittee on academic support. And so I believe that education is the foundation for everything that we're doing. And if our children don't have the right foundation, then them becoming adults becomes very difficult.
And they are our future. So
yes,
we
they
definitely
are.
got to focus on
We
them.
definitely have to.
Especially the kindergarten through K through 2,
Yeah,
or
that's
K through 3.
Yeah.
Those are,
That's the vulnerable time,
Yeah.
you know?
And actually, even before then, we call it the kind of
The
start of
pre-K.
the pipeline.
Yeah.
And so, if we're able to make sure that they have that foundation early on, and that comes from support. We have to be able to give those teachers support especially those early learning center teachers, because they don't get paid as much as the regular teachers.
Speaking of that, can we
Yes.
pass a bill or a law that the teachers need to get paid more because they are very frustrated. You know, teachers are very frustrated, and it doesn't matter. It's private schools or public schools. I think they get paid a little bit more.
Being special needs, taking care of special
Yeah.
needs.
Yes, but my
Y'all
son's
don't
in a
make the
private
platform
school.
the money and
Right.
stuff that you all should make.
Exactly.
Right.
Me with the experience and what I have is, it's definitely a lot more than what the teachers are making, but
And
even
with private duty.
right, exactly. Even being private, and I'm just working with like one-on-one, but then I can imagine this teacher's working with 24 kids in the classroom.
Exactly.
I get home, I have no patience for my
Sometimes
son.
it's more than 24.
Yes.
It's been to the point where it's almost 30 to 40 kids in the classroom.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
and
just
so,
very
Being
frustrating.
able to give support to our education system by utilizing, we have some underutilized departments on the federal level and the state level. There's a program called AmeriCorps, and AmeriCorps allows for college students to come and volunteer in different capacities.
Right.
Sometimes they've been in some schools, but they haven't been in all the schools.
Right.
And so being able to expand that particular program, and with AmeriCorps, the students receive a stipend. They have to make a commitment of at least 11 months with that. And also, they receive money set aside to go towards their college debt, student debt. And
Yes,
so if
that's
we
awesome.
look at expanding that beyond just college students, for any adult that's willing to want to come in and help our school districts, I think those one-on-one tutoring is going to help because many kids are behind. So those are some of the parts of, my starting off when it comes to the education part when being elected. And the other focus is definitely small businesses.
So as far as being elected, I'm going to ask a controversial question.
Go ahead.
How do you run your campaign? I see a lot of these politicians. Some is cricket. Some they want to be negative. They want to get all the dirt and the gossip. And then some are, hey, we straight shooting facts. Like how are you going? How are you running your campaign? How do you want people to view you?
Well, we stick with Stovall. That's all.
Okay.
Sometimes there are some other issues, even in this particular campaign, about how my opponent was selected. But we just focus on what we're going to do, what our plans are. My experience, I call it 8-30-30. 8 years as a state legislator, being able to sponsor and co-sponsor over a dozen bills that were actually signed into law.
Okay.
30 years as a small business owner and 30 years as a community advocate. So once we continue to focus on Stovall, that's all, then we're out there talking with our community, talking with the voters, and even with our own supporters, getting them to push the name and make sure people come out to vote. So you do have, some negative sides of campaigns. That's called the, dirty side of politics.
Absolutely.
And when you're looking at running, you already know that
They're going to try to find it. Yeah.
So you try to, clean up your record as much as possible. And then if something comes up, you got to be ready to answer it. The worst thing to do is run away from an answer. And not answer. Or if you don't know, just say, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that.
Ms.
Right
Stovall, you don't have no sex tapes out there now.
They're going to
They're going to find it now. You ain't got no sex tape out there. Well, it's our time. We need to go and jump into our hot topic of the day.
Not
yet.
yet.
It's 9:30. What are you talking about?
Not yet.
Well, I'm early. I'm a little early.
We do have a couple other little things that we do need to talk about. Just a couple things.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, before we get into it, because this is kind of going to lead into what we're going to be talking about, and then the hot topic, and of course we'll still have time to talk to Ms. Stovall.
Definitely.
But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what your political views is on gun laws.
Yes.
What do you feel like we need to do to combat some of the violence, specifically gun-related violence that is going on in America? And next, we're going to get into that a little bit more too later on in the show.
So I believe, of course, our rights to be able to carry and bear arms, being able to protect yourself. I disagree with taking away the requirement for gun permits.
I do too.
And the reason is because when you have a crime scene and you don't know where the weapon came from, it makes it very hard for the detective or whoever's working in the police force, whoever's working on that case, to really track down who it belongs to. And just think, when they go to trial, they do find someone and say allegedly they're the ones responsible for this particular crime, how are they going to prove that that's that person's gun,
Yeah.
or that it belonged, or it didn't belong to them? So that's the part, and then it's a little scary when you think about your places of worship, and then businesses, now have to put up signs to say weapons are not allowed.
Yeah.
But, still, carrying it. So who you gonna have at the door saying don't come in with your gun?
It's crazy,
So
even
it's a
in the
lot.
clinic, we have to tell people,
Right.
you can't come in with your, your
Yeah.
weapon,
And we
unless
have-
you're law enforcement, and then we still have rules for that. So.
And if I'm not mistaken, don't we have a video about the shooting?
We do, and we're
I
gonna
think
get
we have.
into that.
Yeah, we definitely. Because I would love to know your opinion on that.
Yeah, but we'll get into that in a minute. We have to
Okay.
actually do
No,
it.
I was
ahead.
just commenting on the where people get into places and establishments with guns and stuff. Who was the one that got attacked on stage? And the guy that just recently got
The comedian.
the comedian just
Yes,
recently got attacked on
yes.
stage, and the guy had a gun in his
He
pocket.
did.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, where is the security? Where are they looking at? Who? What?
Yeah, it was a fake
Oh,
gun.
it was a fake gun.
Yeah,
but still, even then, how are you getting in with that?
Get in with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just ridiculous. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then didn't they pass the law with the you're allowed to carry with no license?
yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's why.
Okay, but
There
let's
you
be
go, guys.
real. How many criminals y'all know really go through the whole procedure of getting a gun? They gonna get a gun without
Wherever
it.
they want it.
They gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It
Can
really
Can you
doesn't
cancel
matter.
that? Can we cancel that law? How do we go into canceling that?
They gonna get a gun. They're crooks.
January, so
Yeah.
that's the thing about it. They're in session 40 days, and it's usually the second Monday in January all the way to usually the end of March. This year they went a little bit past. A little bit into April.
Okay.
So right now, no bills are being passed or anything on the state level, but on the federal level, of course, they're in there year round.
Yeah.
And so those type of bills are very controversial. They started talking about it even last summer before they even got into session. And so, that goes back to, who you're electing, and making sure that people are actually going to vote, for the candidate that they want to be able to choose that's kind of close to, you won't get 100%. Ever but one candidate, but at least majority of what you can agree with their candidate, and being able to have accessibility to the candidate, which a lot of times you don't have with your elected officials.
Yeah, because a lot of these politicians, they can say a lot, and then when they get in office, they do totally different.
Yeah.
So you try to stick with our people as a whole, but sometimes our people be the main ones that let you down.
Yeah.
So you just really got to do your homework on them and look at the facts, look at what they're doing. Make sure you check the receipts. Don't just listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
So
check the receipts.
We are going to go ahead, and I just want to give a disclaimer before we show some of the video.
Okay.
And then we're going to discuss it, and we'll get into our hot topic, and we'll talk more about this subject. But it is graphic content, so we just want to let you all know that.
Take your children out the room.
Yes. So we bothered. We can't actually watch the whole thing. It was like two minutes and something. So our hearts go out to the families of the victims, and it's too much of this going on. It's actually there was another shooting in California. So that's the reason why it's important who we put in office. And we have Ms. Stovall here, and we wanted to get into that a little bit.
And,
I'm a little touched.
and not even that. The point of the matter that somebody can pull up and literally in a grocery store and just start shooting. That makes you scared to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
I was just scared too because I had to make
What
a
if
stop,
you-
and that
what
made
if-
me
what
think
if
about
that
it.
would've
Just
been
driving
us?
here, I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, the walls were just kind of closing in on me because I
What if that was
saw
us
that
and we
video.
had our kids in the grocery
You
store
have to
shopping?
be mindful. Everywhere you go, you gotta watch. It's just crazy, the violence.
But the
that's
thing is
going
that this
on.
man literally drove and recorded this whole entire thing, and he just stood there while they arrested him. Like I can't.
Yeah, that's.
It just if it was anybody else, it would have
I
been a
literally
whole
feel
different.
nauseous. I really do.
It was just
We,
crazy.
let's talk. Yeah.
It is time for our hot topic. We're gonna change the narrative a little bit for a moment. And Anna, go ahead and introduce the hot topic again. If you all want to call in, the phone number is 470-251-4647, and we're going to be talking about all the issues that we have discussed thus far, and we got some other stuff that we'll be talking about.
It's just like so hard to come back from that to
Yeah, it
just
is,
jump
right?
into a
It
hot
is.
topic.
It is.
It's just crazy. Okay, so the hot topic is: do you believe in exchanging house keys with your significant other when in a committed relationship? Kim, you were really
I'm
ready
not-
to answer that question. Go ahead and
Save me
answer,
for
Kim.
last. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll go first. So, I do believe in exchanging house keys with your significant other when you are in a committed relationship. So, I have been in, a couple relationships in my life. So, there was one where I, exchanged house keys, and he just completely used the whole house, as a whorehouse, basically, when I was at work. So, he just, kept, like, it was just like this little open door for him.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, just when I came home, it was candles lit up and everything, like nothing happened. Nothing happened. Right. No, it was for me. After whoring around all day, that was definitely for me.
Yeah, okay.
But, so he just had the access to my house, and that's where a lot of my trust, I lost a lot of my trust just in relationships and men, period. Like, after that relationships, it was very hard for me to come back from that, but now it's just like I would like to keep my house, my house, and especially now that I have a child. So that's very important to me. Like, I have a child, that's his safe place, it's his safe, environment, and he's my number one. So the only person that has access to my house is me, because my baby lives there, and I mean, even just like in the dating world, like men don't even know like where I live really, because it's just something that I want to keep private, and you have your space and I have my space, and then when I feel like, I trust you enough to cross that path, then we can get there, and then, I'll give you a key and you give me a ring, and that's where we're going to go with that. Because then we'll, move in together and whatever, and it can be our house. But until then, it's just keep your keys and your house over there.
I was trying to find my comment, because I had commented.
Yeah,
on
you
the
did
page,
comment.
So that's what I've been doing. I'm sorry. I apologize. Y'all, my head
You're
is down,
good.
but I was scrolling, actually looking
Yeah.
for my previous comment. I couldn't find it, but I was just saying, I don't feel like that should be a requirement in a relationship. I feel like that once you get to that place to where you feel like you need to exchange keys with somebody, then the conversation should be, what are we doing in our relationship? Should we be moving forward in our relationship to the point where we are focusing on getting married and cohabitating? I don't feel like I think it's a sense of security for some people, but I don't feel like there's anything secure about it. If you have those type of insecurities where you feel like you got to have the key to check up on your man's house all the time, or vice versa, a woman's house, then there's an issue in the relationship anyway. So that was my viewpoint on it. I don't feel like it's necessary to do the whole key exchange thing to develop some type of security in the relationship. It's just people are insecure. It's like, I got his keys, so he can't be doing X, Y, Z. No, you're holding his keys, and he's still gonna be able to do whatever it is that he wants. So that's not gonna give you any instant gratification from my standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Kim. For the first time, I can honestly say, Toy has probably said.
You agree with me?
I agree with her.
No, I
don't agree.
That's what I was.
I don't agree. I normally don't agree, but I do agree. Only way I feel you on that. Only way I will even get comfortable enough to say, not even just us dating, because dating don't mean nothing. We can be in love and dating for 2 years, and then we break up right after that. But it has to be a point where we're transitioning to, like, he's like, okay, now I want to marry you. Like, he done put a ring on it. Like, we're trying to move forward with it. That will be the only way that I can, see even giving some keys. Not even that. Now, let's be real. A man can still propose to you. He can still give you the world and still cheat. And it's just not a man. A woman can too. It's not just men. Let's be honest. It's women too, because women can have husbands, boyfriends, sidelines, backdoor jodies, all that too. So I mean, it's a trust factor. I'm one of them people. I've never checked a man's phone. I don't care. Like they said, if you go looking for something, you're gonna find it.
I have.
Whatever's done in the dark, you're gonna find out anyway.
Right.
So
I just would like to find out a little sooner than later.
Yeah,
okay, so
you
we'll
want
go ahead
to
and do that.
And then in those situations,
so you gonna go searching in the house.
right? And then it depends on if a man truly knows his woman. I can say for myself, and any of my ex can vouch for that. I'm a fool. So if I come into my house and it's anybody in there, it's over. And I mean it's over. I'm not asking questions. I'm not talking. I don't want to sit down and be like, why did you do this to me? No.
I can vouch for that too.
I'm going to react first.
Yeah.
So y'all might want to run, you know? So that's just my statement on. But I'm with you. I'm piggyback on you
So
with
we're
that.
going to get out of the political with Ms. Stovall, and we're going to get into the personal. So what do you feel about this topic? Do you feel, are you married?
No, I'm not.
You're not. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, just
Girl, we
give
need to
us
throw you a
little
party.
tips.
Girl, throw you a party.
Well, I think, you all make some great valid points about being in the, the key word to me when I read it was committed. And, you never can tell what someone is going to do. Different circumstances end up requiring or some other things happen on different circumstances. And some things are just out of your control.
Right.
So I think, not trying to put too much into it. Just enjoy the relationship as it goes, and I found that if you're able to enjoy the relationship as it goes, you're not so disappointed for expectations later on.
I agree.
All right.
You see, she's so professional.
I just love it.
She's
Yes,
full of knowledge.
to the point.
Look, God's still working on me, so I'm trying to get there.
I can see the growth, sis.
You can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you really have
I used
grown.
to be. Ooh.
She was a little rough around the head.
Yes.
ATL Grady, baby.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
I'm from Crawford Law, not Grady. Crawford Law.
Oh, you're not Grady.
I'm from the bougie hospital. I'm from the bougie.
Crawford Law.
Crawford Law.
Okay.
Okay, the bougie, not Grady, baby.
Not Grady, baby. Dang, I thought you was a Grady, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from County Road, but that don't mean I'm ghetto.
Oh.
I have ghetto tendencies.
What does a lot of people say about
Yes.
it? All
Yes, you're like bougie ghetto. You know, it's like
Bougie ghetto, you right. That's exactly
yes,
me.
you're bougie ghetto.
Yes.
So there's a couple comments that we had under the hot topic, and I'm gonna
Okay.
read Amira's because this was funny. She said, I've had men in non-committed relationships give me a key or leave it under the mat. I've had men leave me in their home forever just so I can chill too. I'm trustworthy, LOL. I'm not gonna pop up either. However, I ain't never gonna give no one my key, committed or non-committed relationship status. Okay, Amira. So somebody said, Calvin said, sure, have at it. Shalise said, I think it's really a personal preference, but for me, if you want me to have a key in case you lose yours because you don't really have anyone, then cool, but I'm not using that key. I know people who do this to test people. If you got to test my loyalty or trust and we are in a committed relationship, then we need to end this now because it's obvious that I either did something for you to question it or you have some insecurities you need to deal with.
Well, I want to spit some game real quick. Let me spit some real knowledge.
Okay,
Because
come
let me
on.
tell you, when a man give you a key to his house, that's his way of just trying to see
Yeah.
how you gonna react, what you gonna do.
Exactly.
Last man that gave me the key to his house, let me tell you, when he came back from the club, his house was clean, bedroom sheets, all the stuff on the floor, the kitchen was clean, the whole everything. I cleaned up all the pennies that he had laying on the floor. You know, men nasty.
The what?
So
Honest.
when I tell you when he came back,
Underwear.
when he came back home, his house was spotless. Baby, let me tell you something. After then, he looked at me like he was ready to marry me after that. Let me tell y'all, that's the best way to do it.
what you
When you
do.
come back home and you got a clean house,
Where's the
you
ring
got
at?
some food.
Cook everything.
Oh, he want to marry me still to this day. But hey, boo. So let me tell you, that's some knowledge right there. When he out, men give you their keys for a reason. They just testing just to see how you gonna react.
But
They're gonna see.
they definitely want your key for control sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to go through the garbage can and look. See
No,
what you
they just
had
want to
on.
make sure they have that control of you, like that I have the key, so don't play around.
But see, let me tell you, Mike had the key all day because I got this ring on my phone and I'll be looking at you. What you doing? He know it. I would text him, what you doing?
Kimmy got a different type of ring.
I would look all in mine. What you doing?
Look, I know when you done entered the house.
Hello?
Hey.
My phone going off. I see you. So you can go and play with
It's
it.
something else.
It sure is. It sure
You
is.
can't sneak around like you used to.
You sure
But
can.
yeah, that was fun. That was a good icebreaker for us.
It was. We needed that because that was a little too much.
The rest of it was a little bit too intense. But
But that's why we pray. And it is time for your girl, KP, around the house. So it is. So my KP around the house, of course, y'all know what your girl been doing. I want to just give y'all just updates on what's been going on with your girl, KP. So I got a little quick video for you. Nuh-uh. Well, I guess not. We got some technical difficulties. See, that's what happened. See, you know you're supposed to be ready for your girl. I'm always ready.
You gotta slow it down, Kim. You gotta slow it down. You be jumping in.
We gonna go.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to be ready, honey.
Yes. What up, everybody? It's your girl KP with KP Around the House. I just want to wish everybody, all the mothers, a blessed and happy, wonderful Mother's Day. Today has been a wonderful day for me. The last couple of weeks has been very trying and testy for me, but by the grace of God, today was an amazing day. I hope all the mothers have a wonderful day. I hope y'all, pray over your kids. I hope y'all went to church, ate good. I enjoyed my day. Right now I'm at the park. End of my day with my baby playing around and doing whatever. So the best part of being a mother is just taking care of your kids and being able to provide and loving on them. So I pray that everybody have an amazing day. God bless you all. Take care. Live life to your fullest and enjoy, because one day you're here and the next day you're gone. Love you. Take care. Yeah, it was so emotional.
You were so emotional.
I was so emotional. I got a few pictures also, but I was so emotional. It's just, so much going on in my life, and you could tell when something is finna happen. Look at that. That's my girl Duchess, and that is the owners of the Gold's Plastic Surgery. We did an event with them also this weekend. That's my girl Miss Shanika. Hi, Shanika. Love you, boo. And that's she's the manager practitioner, for the company. She's the one that said she's gonna give me a stomach tuck. I'm coming to see her as soon as.
Well, here, take me with you.
As soon as I get my kid. So that is my niece. That is Sonya. That was her house. She hosted a whole brunch event. She lives all the way out there in was it Kennesaw? That's my mommy, and that's my sister Angela. My mom is so pretty. I call her little Chinese little Cherokee.
She is Chinese so pretty. Miss Janice is just beautiful.
That's my baby. So for Mother's Day, I rented a whole bouncy house just for him, and put it outside and let him bounce literally all day. Those are my nephews. So we was in the front taking pictures. We wanted to swim, but it was cold that day. But you can't tell my little dress, but I was ready. That is Darren. That is my nephew. He is the VP of Chase Bank out there in Buckhead. Awesome. So when I tell you he's on the National Black Men College, not college, next top black men, he's on that whole panel.
Okay.
Me and my baby went bike ride, and I, like I told you before, I bought bikes for us to go ride. I got the Peloton bike. I like to make sure we stay active every chance that we get. And then that's my big baby who's going up to school. The love of my life, my first love, my CJ. And look how he look. He just so nonchalant. These children,
He a guy, Mom.
These children.
He's so cute.
Be so nonchalant.
Yes, but just to piggyback, like I said, the reason why I was kind of melancholy on that video is because so much going on. I need y'all to also make sure y'all pray for each other, but pray for me, because the devil be attacking you. You know how when you finna open up a door. And when I tell you, it comes at you left and right.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I had my mother, I'm so glad I got my mama. I have a praying mama, and she covers over me, because I was literally having a panic attack. Maybe 30 minutes before I even came to the Mother's Day brunch, because so much was attacking me. And as a mother, you try to shield it and hide it from your kids, because you don't want them to know what you got going on.
Yeah, we always do.
But baby, let me tell you, the best job in the world is being a mother. But let me tell you, it's even better when you have a praying mother.
Yes.
So, thank you to my mom. I love you, JP. That's
we
my
are
girl.
praying for you, because you are going on your journey tomorrow to Kansas.
I have never flew by myself before, so I have anxiety like hell.
She gonna be fine.
I'm gonna go get a shot of Crown.
Look, you want me to call how they do the 10-year-olds and stuff?
I need somebody to hold my hand. Can y'all hold my hand? I have never flew by myself.
The flight
ever
attendants
before.
will do it. When I flew by myself at 9 years old, they held my hand.
Y'all know me. I get stuff to do it. It drives my mom crazy, and I got a praying mom too, because she stays praying for me all the time. She prayed all the way from me down to Florida, and all the way back she called. I was like, Mom, I'm good.
Yes.
I have a praying grandmother that covers the whole family.
That's right.
I'm like, Mama, that's how I keep my sanity. I got to get away from it.
But you know what, Kim? After you get on this plane, she probably won't be at the show. She'll be like, oh, hey, I'm flying over here. I'm over here. I'm on a plane. Cause
that's what a lot of people
really,
say.
Yeah,
once you fly and really get to understand how to do it, then it'd be nothing.
It's nothing. It's like a car ride, just in the air.
So we are going to get back in with, I guess before we close you all, we are going to talk back with Miss Stovall and just...
Stovall, that's all?
Yeah.
Miss Stovall.
And talk about her campaign.
I know. How can I be a part of the campaign? How can we help you?
Well, first of all, I really appreciate you all allowing me the opportunity to be on your show. And, you know, with all your listeners, definitely they could go to my website, gostovall.com. I'm on all the social media platforms. And we have about 9 days left before the campaign.
All right.
It's May the 24th. Early voting is going on now until Friday. And then after Friday, you have to wait till Tuesday to go and cast your ballots. And so on the website, there's a link where you can be able to volunteer, sign up to volunteer. And so you might decide you want to be at your own precinct and holding up a sign. That's you know, that's great. We have literature you can be able to pass out, but more than anything is just spreading the word, about the campaign. A lot of times people don't know until they actually go and vote. They get their ballot and they say, "Oh, I didn't know. I never heard of that person." And a lot of times, you know, with campaigns that they cost money. So anybody want to donate, they definitely can donate. Because that's what helps candidates to be able to get the word out. And sometimes, if you don't raise a whole lot of money, then you're limited in how you get the word out.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. So we are glad that you could come on and use us as a platform.
And thank you for educating us today.
Yes, goodness gracious. And it's important even to just to talk to people about all the different congressmen and House representatives, because people, when they think about voting, they always think about president.
That's the president,
and the government, and a governor, and all the big offices, but they don't understand it's a whole lot of people and a team down up underneath them that make the decisions as well.
Absolutely.
So we are so glad to have you
on your local level. A lot of times those are the ones that are making direct decisions for you, not the ones that are in Washington D.C. You kind of get that. It's like a trickle down effect coming from Washington D.C. So being able to have the opportunity to go there and be a voice like I did for the 8 years that I served in the legislature. It's the same type of job. It's just more expanded, but the same process. We're passing legislation, staying committed with your community, and being solution driven. That's one of the things I definitely did those 8 years. And even outside of when I left office, I was still doing community block, back to school block parties, teen summits, and all of that as well.
So how would I get into politics? I want to be a politician.
And that's
Lord
don't kill.
Let me tell you why. Because I have a voice. I have a voice, and I think I need to be heard.
We hear you right
We hear you very loud and clear. JoJo, you hear her right there?
Don't you hear JoJo?
I think the homeless people outside hear you. That's why they be lined up outside the door when we walk out.
Didn't you say your voice was deep and raspy?
I cannot.
I don't like y'all.
You know what?
Y'all supposed to support me.
We support you, bro.
Whatever you want to do, girl, go
ahead and do it.
United
Yes.
States,
Now, I don't know about that. That's a little far now, Toy, but we love you, Kim.
Wow. Never mind. Don't worry
We
about
gonna
it.
be on cheer.
Don't
Don't
shut
worry
you
about
down.
it. That's why whatever you want to be, you don't talk, because this what happens. Then they talk you down, and you be like, you know what, don't worry about it. I don't
No,
even
you
do
go
it.
ahead and do it.
Now, when I
Kim.
can come up there and I will be with Miss Stovall at all, don't try to be my friend. Don't even try it.
I mean, you can do in the stall. You
I
can
will be
talk about the
shaking
president
hands
of
with
the United States. That was a little
politicians
too far.
and governors. Don't ask me to pass no laws for you. Don't do none of that. Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
jeez. Kim, you
KP is
got
running
it,
for
Kim.
DeKalb County.
I love my team.
There you go. See,
Let's go.
start from there. That's great. That's a good
DeKalb
start.
County.
You talking about U.S. States of America.
Put it in your mind, that's what you want to do.
Hello?
And
Yeah.
the reason that you want to do it is being able to make a change.
I love it.
And
There
all
you go,
the issues
Kim.
that you all are discussing on here are real issues that people are facing.
Yes.
And even when y'all are talking about solutions, that's what elected officials are supposed to be about, finding solutions. But listening to the people to be able to find the solutions.
Yeah, especially because when you were talking about IEPs, like my son is in the 1st grade, and I'm not saying he's not slow or nothing. No, he's fine. But sometimes kids learn at a slower pace.
Yeah, just so
like I've been talking to his counselor, and she said she mentioned to me about maybe getting him an IEP. But it's crazy because a lot of people like DeKalb County is the worst school system there is. So people, it's kind of hard because if you live in DeKalb County, but then they say, hey, go to Gwinnett. They got the best
what they
schools.
always say.
They got this, but they have great teachers in DeKalb County. But it's not all the teachers, it's the parents too.
That's right.
So, you know, sometimes I make sure when he's not in class or like this summer, we do video games. We do stuff to hands on
And that's
because
good,
he's a hands-on learner.
Yeah.
You can talk all day, but he has to do it himself.
Yeah.
You have to make it into a game.
Yeah, and
Right.
people need to
You
know
know?
that learning
Level,
doesn't
yeah.
just
It's
it
fun.
doesn't happen in the classroom. It actually happens at home.
Absolutely.
First, and it doesn't stop after they leave the class. You got to back up your teachers.
Absolutely.
And be supportive. So it's
Of
not all about
course,
what the
yeah.
teachers aren't doing, or
Yeah.
this is a better school system. You got to put forth that effort with your child. In
That's
order for them
right.
To
And
succeed
then the other
anyway.
thing is too is accountability.
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
that's
having
big.
that relationship with the school,
School.
and then when they're not doing something,
Oh, I'm on it.
Let them
and
know.
say, hey, I don't know. And
I'm
then
on it.
also, how can I help you to do your job better?
Yeah.
And sometimes their policies
By
need
raising
to
their
change.
pays.
Yeah, but
They'd be happy to
that-
help.
And a lot of times, even beyond the pay, a lot of it is the administration that's in the building. A lot of times don't support our educators like they should, and allow them to have that flexibility that they need.
I think we got a caller.
Yes, love and hips.
Hey ladies, this is Charlie.
Hey,
Charlie.
Oh my God, great show tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Stovall, for being a guest on our show tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I just want to say, when you get into Congress, you know, you need to go. Your first thing to do is to do a Love and Hips TV holiday.
How you gonna tell her what?
Oh, Love and Hips TV holiday.
Yes, we need that.
Oh, okay. Our whole holiday.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Whole
See,
holiday.
that's why I need to be in
Matter of
Congress.
fact,
With pay.
matter of fact, make it a week.
Make it a
The
whole
whole week.
Yeah.
That's why I need to be
A
in
whole
Congress
week
right there.
celebration.
That's right.
Are
Love
you
and
gonna
hips.
help participate?
Charlie?
So, I'm sorry, what you say?
You
I
gonna
said,
help
I-
participate?
Yeah, you gonna help participate?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm there.
All right.
I'm there.
He gonna fly the jet down here.
We'll talk about
There you
getting that
go.
set up.
Yes, me and Jack. Yeah, we flying the jet in.
Sounds good.
We'll come pick you up.
Okay.
Pick me up too.
So, also, just wanted to let our viewers know about your next show. Our next show, Memorial Day, we will not be present.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
a love and
break.
hips holiday right there.
Great time.
And
Break time.
And we will resume on June 12th
All
with
right.
a special guest. And I'm not going to tell you right now, but it's a special guest.
All right.
So stay tuned. And let me just answer to this, Anna's hot topic.
Okay.
I just want to say this. Some of y'all women are not going to get keys to the house until you let go of the keys to the street.
All right. Come on.
I like Kevin Samuels. Come on, Charlie.
All right. Well, I got
Charlie.
the keys to the streets.
Come on now.
Oh well, we have had a great show. We got some topics that we
Charlie
didn't
out.
discuss.
We sure
really.
didn't.
We didn't.
We'll talk about them on our page. So
We
y'all
will.
follow us on our page.
But real quick, just before we go, I know this show is possible by our producer and Jack. It was his birthday. I think it was 3 days ago. So I just wanted to do a little
Happy
quick shout out
belated
to Jack.
birthday!
Happy birthday!
We love you.
Yeah.
Animalistic for attraction. What else could it be? Said your vision isn't hazy. Then who do you see?